Alrighty traders, so let's have an update across the markets today, and let's actually see what happened with the markets. Now there's a lot of things that's happening with the mining sector that I really specifically want to talk about, and also silver. I think there's something incredible coming up with silver across all markets actually. So anyway traders, let's get straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video, because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty traders, just so you know, I'm running a 95% off sale to the entire Master Trader Lab. Go to johnsflashsale.com. You can see all the details there to the flash sale and when it ends and so on and so forth. Anyway, so looking at all these markets today, guys, guess what? Oh my goodness, there's so many amazing opportunities, right? There really is. There's so many amazing opportunities that we're seeing right now across these markets. And if we go and have a look at, so again, I'm just looking at all these. So the bottom ones you can see is more like the mining sector, GDXJ, SILJ. And one thing I'm noticing across these screens through here is that this is the setup for something big. I really do believe that. And the reason why I'm saying that is because generally what we see when we start to get V bottom actions, like a V bottom action, we tend to get a V bottom, and then the first little correction is just a little pullback before start of a really nice move. And so what I mean by that is this. Let me bring up this screen from here, and it's just there's so many amazing setups right now, guys. There really is. I was going through I'm in two amazing high quality trades right now. One of them is, I'll just show you this here. One of them is this is race. This is one of the trades that I'm in right now. It's just absolutely, this is absolutely just perfect. I have, for me personally, guys, I have two level type of trades. Level one is just a nice trade that might last a few days to a week, right? And then a level two trade, this is the one that tends to make really big moves. Once it starts to move, you jump in on a really big breakout. And this is the trade I'm in right now. It is just, to me, level two type of trades for me anyway, is just, it's just the best type of trade that you can actually do. So if you do need some help, guys, I promise you, I can really help you. You can apply for my coaching program. There should be a link in the description that you can apply for that. But guys, I'm telling you right now, there's so many amazing opportunities. And one of the hardest things is that if you don't even know what to look for in a high quality trade like this here, that can make 100, 200%, 300% return, you are missing out on so much money just because you don't even know what to look for, right? So it's just, anyway, so it's just amazing. So back to the actual mining sector here. If I go to the GDXJ here, so the one thing I've noticed here is whenever we start to get these V bottom type of actions, right? The V bottom type of action. And what I mean by the V bottom type of action? V bottom type of action is this here, right? Strong down and then strong back up. We get this sort of like, we get a strong down, it's like, oh, and then strong back up. What we tend to get from here is we tend to get like a bit of a correction, maybe a 50% retracement. So call that the 50 level. And then we start a really nice move to the upside. So this could be the start of something big. Now, the reason why I'm bringing that up across the markets is we can see here that this is the GDX through here. We're getting that little pullback through here. And same for the GDXJ. Now, the GDXJ is actually given that sort of pattern here, right? We're getting this strong down, strong up, and now we're getting this little mock charge, but it's very weak, right? Very weak. And what I mean by weak is that if we had a strong move down like this and just completely fell off a cliff, then yeah, now something's just not right. But now we're getting this sort of action through here. There's a massive probability we're holding here. We're going to start to have a really big move to the upside. And if I go to the mining set, this one here, we can actually see that we're actually having a strong move down. Look at that, a strong move down, had a strong move up, and now we're doing what? Now we're doing something like this here. See that through there? Completely. Look at here. It's just slowly going. It's really just, see how it's going down, but it's slowly going down, and it's slowly going sideways through there. See that through there? That tells you that there's a lot of, this is when you start to get this combination, you start to get really big moves, right? Because you have a strong move up. I call this the strength in moves. There's so much that I can teach you about reading these charts, guys. Again, that's why if you do need some help, guys, apply for my coaching. I promise I'll help you. But one thing what the big thing here, guys, is that I'm always trying to see, whenever I'm looking at the markets, I'm like, who's more dominant right now? Okay, from a short-term trading perspective, for me, because I'm a trader, right, and I trade the markets, I want to make sure that I'm trading with the most dominant player in the markets, right? So you got the buyers and you got the sellers. I want to see one side clearly winning. Who's more dominant, right? Because if we have a strong move up like this and a strong move down like this, who's winning? Who's more dominant? We're not sure, right? So as an example would be here, up and then down. So if we looked at the angle of up there and that down, who's more dominant here? We don't know, right? It's more like a upside down V pattern, right? And here, up and then down again, right? So who's winning? There's no one winning, right? We've got the buyers and we've got the sellers there. See how they're fighting it out, right? But whenever we start to get the combination of one side more dominant than the other side, then we start to get a clear picture of who's more in control. Then we can go with who's in control and start to make some more profits. I'll give you an example here. So if when the market goes strong like that, that's more like a strong. And when the market does that, right, the market would do something. The market would look something like this, right? Something like that. So that's the dominant buyers there. So what we don't want to see is that strong. If the market goes down like that, strong down like that. So now we've got strong sellers, right? So we had strong buyers, strong sellers. We're not sure. They're fighting it out, just like I mentioned a minute ago. But now what happens? Now what happens is that if we go down, but we slowly go down like this here, right? And we start to do see how it's more like, see the angle is more like it's going down, but it's slowly going down. So we have strong buyers here, weak sellers. So the sellers are taking out, but they're very, 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 very weak. So if you use this whole thing here, right? And one of my good mates just had an amazing boxing fight. I'm not sure if you guys are into boxing, for you guys Australian guys, but one of my good mates named Cohen, he actually just had an incredible fight with Nikita Zoo. And my goodness, my mate, such an incredible fight. Such incredible. Anyway, so if I use the boxing fight analogy, if this here was the end of 5 rounds, let's say that was 5 rounds. If we had this strong move up here, if the 5 rounds here and we had the buyers in one corner and the sellers in the other corner, what would the scorecard say? Would the scorecard say the buyers are winning or the sellers are winning? They'd say the scorecard would say the buyers are winning, right? Why? Because they had a strong move up, but the sellers couldn't bring it back down to where the buyers came from. So now the buyers are winning. What does that mean? The buyers are more in control here. So then when we start to get something like this, like a breakout like this here, there's a good chance we're going to start to see that through there. And so on the back of what I've just said through there for you guys, right? Up, sideways, up, sideways. Do you see what I'm saying through there, right? And then we go up again. So especially this pattern here, look at this here, strong move up, and then we go sideways through here. The sellers are weak. We tend to get moves to the upside. Now, I just whistled just then. Now, let's actually revert back to what's happening right now. And now there was nothing wrong. There was nothing wrong with your video just then. I did the revert. Up, down. Look what's happening now. So as long as this keeps doing something like this, see how it's a lot weaker, right? We don't want to see what? We don't want to see this thing go down like this. No, right? Because now we've got strong sell. We had a strong buying period. Woof. And then if we get strong sellers, now, again, we're still not sure. But now we're getting what? Now we're getting this type of action coming down. Now we're getting the sellers being a lot weaker. Buyers, the side that's winning, the side that's more in control is buyers. So therefore, as long as the sellers don't start to sell off strongly, the buyers are probably going to come back in and run to the upside. My voice is still pretty bad right now. How am I? Oh, man. Oh. My mate. Anyway, I'm talking about my boxing mate. So on to and a bit of an update, guys, across the actual gold and silver here. We're seeing right now, we're seeing the gold just hold here, guys. The really interesting and powerful thing that I'm noticing with gold is that, again, this could be the setup of something quite really nice out of gold. So if I bring on my short-term moving average and I bring on just say the short-term charts, let me bring this down to here. So this is gold through here, right? So gold is really holding strong through here. Look at this here. Resistance, resistance, resistance. It's breaking up. It's now going sideways. So I call this, to me, gold is winning ugly right now, right? I call winning ugly is that it's going up, but it's slowly going up, right? When we can get these big, strong buying movements, right? But we've got this moving up, and now we're getting this sideways movement, aren't we? So what we want to see is, for me personally, I want to see a bit of strong momentum kick in. See my moving average here? At least on a bare minimum, I want to see this thing start, we're done like that. If we can start to kick up a little bit stronger through here, like that, and we get something like this come down to the moving average and break up like that. If we do get something like that, guys, get ready for what? Get ready for 3,000 gold. Oh, I'm moving on now through to the good old silver market. And nothing's happening with the moving averages through here. Again, traders, for me, my trading system, I have 4 or 5 rules that I'm looking for a perfect setup. And the 4 or 5 rules that I'm looking for, my rule number 2 is about the moving average. The moving average is like a momentum indicator. If we have a strong moving average like that, then we want to go with the market, right? We want to go with the overall strong moving average. But when we start to see how it's all pretty flat through here, it's all, we're not going up, we're not going down. It's just overall, it's slow. It's pretty much just overall sideways. No momentum, right? So anyway, there's a bit of a tip for you guys that are trading the markets. Use the I always like the best type of trades are when we have a strong moving average. And if I go back to my race trade that I'm talking about here, and look at this here, right? So this is my race trade that I'm in right now. Or if I bring up the candlestick charts for you guys, if you guys that like the candlesticks. John, show me the candlesticks, right? So this is my race trade that I'm in right now. I'm probably going to be getting out soon because it's getting towards the end of the trade. I can just see that I'll be getting out soon, but it's just such a beautiful trade. If I go to my daily charts, got in on the breakout, bam, to the upside. There's so many amazing opportunities. Anyway, so I'm using this as an example, right? Why did I get into this trade here? Well, rule number 2 for me is the moving average, right? If we have a strong moving average going up like that, guess what? We have strong momentum. Anyway, back to the good old silver chart, right? Let's go back to silver. Silver, right? So back to probably the theme of this video is what? V bottoms and strength in moves. V bottoms is what we talked about before. Good old V bottom down and up. Now look what's happening through here. As long as we keep doing this here, guess what? Who's now winning? Right? We had strong down, strong up. Who's winning out of these legs? We're not sure, right? There's a bit of an overall strong move down, overall strong move up. We're not sure. But if we start to go from strong up and then weak sideways like that, guess what? And then a breakout to the upside, breakout to the upside, and then a really big move, right? So this is where, like, not only are we squeezing up into this overall resistance pattern here, but we're starting to get this sort of V bottom action followed by a correction and then a start to the upside from there. Quick little update across the indices. It's Dow Jones right at the high through here. If we do, the danger thing about the Dow Jones is that we've had a big strong move down and a very strong move up. So if we do get a break up to the upside through here, I wouldn't be too surprised to see something like that. So if we do get a continued follow through up to say 42, yeah, I think that's going to be a false move. And then we're likely to see at least a bit of a correction, not a crash or anything, but a bit of a correction. Moving on now through to the Nasdaq, and what's happening with the Nasdaq? Nasdaq is doing what? Oh, we're getting the pattern, aren't we, guys? See, look at this here. Strong down, the theme of the day, right? And strong move up. Now look what's happening. See the angle? Completely different, right? What does this mean? Who's winning? The buyers. Strong up, slow down, right? So who's more in control right now out of the last 2 legs? The selling leg and the buying leg. The buyers. We had a strong buying leg, and the sellers here are very, very weak. They're not strong at all. We're definitely not getting this type of action, this type of action. What does that mean? Ooh, get ready for another move to the upside real soon. Now we don't. Now, a big thing about that is that You don't want to get in now, say, oh, I'm going to get in now for the next leg up. I'm going to get in early. No. Why? Because one, we can get something like that. And two, we don't know how long this sideways period could last 2 weeks. And then it starts to make a move, right? So S&P 500 doing sort of the same thing, right? Big drop down, big come up, and then a sideways pattern through here. And then my baby, which is the good old Russell. I call this my baby because this is the one that I'm in. I'm bullish these markets. I'm long these markets. There was no need to get out of these markets, especially with this drop through here, guys. You guys know I nailed this. I called this. I told you guys to not worry about anything. And by utilizing just two really simple trading techniques, could have left all that other crap out of your system. News, headlines, media, he say, they say, and just by utilizing two techniques, not only would you have just kept your emotions calm, but you would be able to capitalize on this big move from here. Hence, I am as well too. And also, I'm still in the Russell. I still see the Russell just this is the start of something really, really, really big. The start of something really big happening through here. So a lot of volatility through here. Well, it's like a strong move up and a strong move down and a strong move up, but guess what's coming? Really, really, really big move to the upside.